You see Samoa Joe?
No, I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah! You give him a message. You tell him I'm looking for him.
It's main event time. It's triple threat time. In this matchup, it's not elimination style. It's first pin, it's first submission that leaves Turning Point with the NWA World Heavyweight title. Tom Cole pulled referee Andrew Thomas out.
Sting's talking to him, I think, trying to get into his mind. And oh, wait a minute, he knocks Christian
Black slam. A miss cover with Christian out. He's got the 3 count.
Win, lose, or draw. This is my last match with Samoa
The
Joe.
rematch. It's time for Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe 2. Ankle lock. This is what he beat him with. Can he beat him a second time? Is Joe going to tap?
How's Samoa Joe able to get the reversal? See referee Rick Carlos gets hit right there in the face. Oh, look at this. And he's tapping out. He's tapping out. But the referee doesn't know. Oh, long blow right there by Kurt Angle. He knows that he hasn't officially lost, but he knows he tapped out.
I think you're right.
And he's angry. Oh, but he missed it.
Oh,
he pulls it in.
Got him in again.
He's got him in.
Rear naked choke.
Joe won.
Think about it. Head-to-head competition, Don. Kurt Angle won. Samoa Joe won. The fans holding up the rematch signs. Kurt Angle is on a rampage backstage. Robert Roode and Ms. Brooks are in the ring.
Robert Roode is not a happy man. And when Robert Roode isn't happy, nobody is happy.
He's still upset about the bikini contest this past Sunday at Turning Point.
Eric Young, I know that you're in the impact zone. And you need to get down here right now.
Well, we heard at Turning Point that he wanted Eric Young to join the fold.
I have an offer that you cannot refuse. Eric Young, time is wasted.
Well, Eric Young won the bikini contest, but that's not Eric Young. That's Kurt Angle.
Well, this guy has been on a rampage since the beginning here, ever since Turning Point. And look at him.
Get out of my ring. Get the hell out of my ring.
Oh, he's looking for Samoa Joe. No question about that.
Man alive, he just came in here and took over. And Robert Roode not going to mess with Kurt Angle with the attitude that he's got right now.
For 3 straight days, it's been going over my mind over and over and over again about my match at Turning Point with Samoa Joe. You see, Kurt Angle doesn't tap out.
But he did Sunday.
You see, I have a problem because my career has been blemished. It's driving me nuts. I can't stand it. I can't stand the fact that Samoa Joe has beaten Kurt Angle.
Man, it's just gotten to him emotionally, Mike.
And mentally.
He felt he was unbeatable here.
He was proven otherwise this past Sunday. Oh, you can see how it's affecting him.
Samoa Joe, I gave you a chance at a rematch. I gave you a chance at redemption. Now what I want, and I'm not asking, I'm telling you, Samoa Joe, I want the same. I want a rematch. I want you to come down here, and I want you to look me right in the eye. And I want you to give me a rematch, Joe. Samoa Joe, I want my rematch.
He's begging Samoa Joe to come out here.
Demanding. Wait a minute.
I understand you're looking for him. I understand you want your rematch. You know, it's funny, Kurt. I believe that before Turning Point, you said that this would be the last match ever between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. You said that win, lose, or draw, we would never face each other again. And Kurt, we both know why. We have our sights set on the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And Kurt, as far as I'm concerned, you've lost. You've been broken.
Whoa.
And as much as you want a rematch, I'm sorry, Kurt, but we're done.
man, can you believe that?
He said you lost? Kurt Angle? You've been broken? You believe that?
Samoa Joe says that he's not going to give it to him, and it was, Mike, it wasn't it Kurt Angle that said win, lose, or draw. He didn't want a rematch.
What'd you just say?
Well, what you said win, lose, or draw. You didn't want a rematch. I mean, those were your words. Kurt, I mean, I just mean that. That's what you said. I'm just repeating what you said. Kurt, man.
Oh, God! Look out! Look out, Don! Kurt! God, stop! Look! What? Oh, my God! Angle has applied the ankle lock on Don West right in front of us here! Damn it, where's security? Where's security? Somebody get some help for Don! Come on! What the hell's going on here? Get in here! Get him off of here! My broadcast partner, Don West. He was the victim of Kurt Angle, who just snapped out here. Kurt Angle looking to get that rematch with Samoa Joe. But he ended up putting the ankle lock on Don West, and Don's just a couple of feet away from me here, still being attended by the TNA trainers. Yeah, I understand, guys. I understand how this works. The show must go on regardless, right? Just bust the on-camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a non-title one-fall contest. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, Ron the Truth Killing.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, let me apologize. Going to try and get our bearings. Going to be flying solo here from ringside. I still can't get over that. Ron the Truth Killings, the former two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, set for one-on-one competition this week here on Thursday Night Impact. The former world champion going to face the current world champion in a non-title match.
His opponent accompanied to the ring by James Mitchell, weighing 350 pounds. He is the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Monster Abyss.
I mean, I can certainly understand the level of Kurt Angle's frustration. After giving Samoa Joe a rematch this past Sunday at Turning Point, the Olympic gold medalist demanding that Samoa Joe return the favor, but to take it out on Don West, obviously defenseless Don West, who never saw it coming. I'm going to try and stay on top of that situation for you. At the same time, we're going to try and report what's going on. This past Sunday, it was TNA's Turning Point pay-per-view. The 6'8", 350-pound monster Abyss. He made the first defense of his new NWA title a successful one. He survived that triple threat three-way match over Sting and Christian Cage, and now this is a non-title matchup to open Impact. Killing's able to move out of the way in the corner. Going to rifle off a series of right hands that has the NWA World Heavyweight Champion momentarily rocking in on the defensive, swinging a miss with the clothesline. Killing's going to try and answer back with kicks, and that time he caught him. Big roundhouse-style kick to the head, and then a great clothesline by Killings. Killings takes Abyss out to the floor. Opportunity now for Killings here to let TNA management know that he's back in the title. Oh, that's what a great move. Flip dive over the top. Oh, check this out. High above the impact zone, we've spotted Sting in the rafters. Oh, the question that we've been asking, has Sting finally gotten into the mind of the monster Abyss? What about that seed of dissension between Mitchell and Abyss? We're going to take a quick commercial break. Regroup here. When we return, more of this non-title matchup, Abyss and the Truth. Continuation of this Thursday Night Impact opening matchup. Ron the Truth Killings dominant in the opening minutes of this match, this non-title bout against the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion Abyss. But boy, it has turned around, and ladies and gentlemen, there you see it. earlier here on Impact. My broadcast partner, Don West, and you see there the security helping Don out of the impact zone. An unprovoked attack, to be honest with you, by Kurt Angle. I understand that Kurt Angle has reached that point of frustration where Kurt Angle wants to do everything within his power to get Samoa Joe to agree to a rematch. But to attack someone like Don West here, and to have the Olympic gold medalist put that ankle lock on Don West, boy, Kurt Angle snapped tonight. Abyss back on the offensive here, and as much as Killings was in control in the early going, it's the Monster now who has taken charge of this matchup, and James Mitchell from ringside. You know, over the course of the past couple of days, it pretty much started at the Turning Point pay-per-view. We have seen the seeds of doubt planted in the mind of James Mitchell because of one man, Sting. Sting, one of the challengers this past Sunday, as we see Abyss take Killings up to his shoulders. Going to try and drop him down for the shock treatment instead. Killings able to avoid it. Coming to spring off the ropes. Missed with that back elbow, did Abyss. Flying forearm shot takes him down. Sting has somehow communicated with Abyss. No one has ever been able to communicate with this monster other than James Mitchell. And I think Mitchell is doubting the loyalty of Abyss. Abyss now with the goozle of Ron the Truth Killings. I'm sure he's going to try and take him up for a choke slam. Series of elbow shots to the side of the head by Killings. Quick reversal now, and Abyss fires him off. Great agility by Killings. Float over, drop down, avoided the clothesline, and connects with the kick. Oh, he's got the NWA World Heavyweight Champion on his back in the corner. Let's see if Killings can take advantage. Charges in. Oh, drops down, perfectly placed headbutt. You can see and sense the concern at ringside on the face of James Mitchell. Pin attempt, both legs hooked, 2 count, no, just 2 before Abyss powers out in this non-title matchup. Wait a minute, Abyss rolling outside to the arena floor, and there you see Mitchell right in his ear. The man who has, for the better part of the past couple of years, been the guidance to the monster Abyss. And now Killing's going to try and fly, springs through, and actually through the bottom and middle rope, and then uncorks a right hand to the side of the head of Abyss. And now chasing Mitchell around the 6-sided ring. Mitchell rolls into the ring, and oh no, black hole slam. Killings walk right into it, cover, and the 3 count.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Abyss.
The NWA World Heavyweight Champion continues his winning ways. The non-title victory to open Thursday night Impact. And yes, you see James Mitchell, who suddenly has taken possession of that NWA World Heavyweight Championship belt. Yes, Abyss, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined here at the broadcast position by TNA Management's Jim Cornette. Jim, I want to get your thoughts on Don in 1 second once you get wired in here.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Thursday Night Impact, it's going to be the Latin American Exchange against America's Most Wanted NWA Tag Team title matchup. If they lose tonight, they must disband. Tag titles at stake. Harrison Storm must disband in a loss. Conan will be locked in a cage to prevent interference. On that note, let's send it to the back. We're going to regroup out here. Let's send it to Letitia, standing by with Christian Cage and Tom Cope. It's uncalled for.
I'm standing backstage with Christian
Shut
Cage.
your mouth, you little trick. You see what Kurt Angle just did to Don West? I have no problems doing the same thing to you. I'm cool like that. Abyss, short and sweet. You owe me a one-on-one match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. A rematch I rightfully deserve. And you have until the end of Impact tonight to accept, or your dirty little secret becomes public knowledge. Tomko, let's get out of here.
Eric, stop! You take one more step, Eric. Turn around! Turn around! Sign this contract, Eric. I'm not getting fired because of you. Stop!
Where's Samoa Joe? Huh? Where's Samoa Joe? Tell me where he is! Serotonin.
The PCS kicked off last Sunday at Turning Point. Now, let's check out Stage 2 of the Paparazzi Championship Series.
Okay, guys, it's real simple. We're going to do push-ups. Everybody knows how to do push-ups, right?
No, I do.
We use the Bob Backlund system. It's commonly known throughout the country. First place, 5 points on down. Last place, 1 point. Jay Lethal, I believe you're first.
Why do I have to go first?
Because you're black.
Is this fair? How is this fair?
Hey, Bob Backlund says it's fair.
Bob Backlund isn't even here.
He's here in spirit.
Clock's going.
Okay,
There you go, pal.
Whoa.
What's that?
Hey, I didn't get to you.
Hey.
They are regulation. Bob Backlund authorized.
There's nothing
He doesn't say
there.
anything.
It's Bob Backlund authorized. I'm looking at this.
No.
You're
agitated because you're on
I want to see
something.
what he's made of. I want to see what he's made of.
Anadrol kicking in?
I'll do him one-handed just for you. Yeah, why don't you put your butt in his face? Is he your friend? Huh?
Yeah, if he wants it, that's fine.
Better get your butt out of my face before
Why?
I
Do him, Jay had to.
Come on, keep going.
It's motivation.
Go
It's
ahead, push one
motivation.
out for him like you did me. Good, push one
Try
out. Are those push-ups warrior style? Come on. Hey, come on. What's your problem? Butt, some more.
Put
Come
your
on.
butt in his face.
Just hold on. I'll
Push up real good.
Hey, Sancho, man, I just got done with your shoulder operation.
That's sweet of you.
Do the best you can. That's all you can ask for in life.
I appreciate that, man. That's
All right, man. Good luck. All right.
Go get him, Sanjay.
Barry Bonds' tricep injury, huh?
No. None of that. It's my shoulder.
It's almost like you got a sign on your back telling the world what you're up to.
What am I up to? I'm not up to anything.
And the winner is Jay Lethal.
Come on. That's unfair.
Gentlemen, feel free to kiss the winner.
Jay, come here. You have something in your eye. Jay, you have an eye.
Touch me, Alex. What is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a non-title contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, Petey Williams.
Every champion in action this week on Thursday Night Impact. To reiterate, I'm joined at the broadcast position by Jim Cornette of TNA Management. Jim, I know there's obviously concern about the condition of Don West. I understand that he has been taken for x-rays as a precautionary measure. I want to get your thoughts on that after the introduction of Petey Williams' opponent.
You got it, Mike. And his opponent from the City of Angels, he is the X-Division champion, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
He is the reigning X-Division champion and remains so after this past Sunday at Turning Point. What an interesting interaction post-match, however, between the champion, the Fallen Angel, and the special referee, the X-Division pioneer, Jerry Lynn, as you see the video.
Jerry Lynn is the Rodney Dangerfield of TNA. He can't get any respect.
Jim, I have to ask you about that situation at the top of this Impact broadcast involving Kurt Angle and Don West.
Let me cut you off right here. I know Kurt Angle is an emotional man. I know his emotions have run away with him, but it's inexcusable to attack a member of the TNA broadcast team. There will be repercussions. I'm glad to be here with you, but I wish it could be under happier circumstances.
No question about that. Non-title matchup we mentioned earlier. Every champion in TNA will be in action on this Thursday Night Impact broadcast. We've already seen the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Abyss, this non-title matchup with Daniels and Petey Williams. And you know what? I was just so upset and shook up earlier. I'm not even sure if I was able to explain our main event matchup properly, but it's going to be the Latin American Exchange against America's Most Wanted. Yes, the NWA World Tag Team titles are at stake, but there's even more.
That's right. If America's Most Wanted loses, they can never become a tag team again. They have to disband, and as a special added attraction, Conan is going to be in a cage at ringside, so we can't interfere. But right now, look at this action between two of the great members of the X Division, Petey Williams, the Canadian Destroyer, and Christopher Daniels, who is a tremendous athlete in his own right, the current champion.
We have been so impressed with the athletic ability of Petey Williams for the past couple of years. But boy, his stature as a man grew so much when he was able to stand up to Conan in the Latin American Exchange.
Oh, wait a minute, pinning predicament here. Hurricane Ronnie rolled through, and Petey Williams putting the pressure on Daniels. I'll tell you, Petey Williams stood up to some guys it's not very easy to stand up to. LAX or thugs 24/7, 365, but Petey Williams proved he was his own man.
We've not been surprised in the past couple of weeks by Chris Sabin's lack of respect to the X Division pioneer Jerry Lynn. But I have to admit, I was shocked Sunday at Turning Point when the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels had a little bit of an altercation with Mr. Lynn that we witnessed earlier.
Oh, wait a minute. Change of momentum there. You know, I got to admit, the emotions are running high in all the divisions when everybody's trying for championships. There's a lot of guys trying for a few spots on top. The cream will rise to the top, and sometimes
I don't know whether Daniels meant disrespect or whether he just got carried away. Speaking of getting carried away, those fighting, feuding baseball players that I got in the middle of, they got carried away too.
Oh, you're not kidding. Well, you talk about a hot media story nationally, locally in St. Louis, as well as Chicago, detailing what went down at Turning Point involving World Series MVP David Eckstein and A.J. Brzezinski and Dale Torborg from the Chicago White Sox.
I'm still feeling that one in my bones. We've been fielding requests for videotape left and right. Wait a minute. Daniels going for a cover here.
Pin attempt gets just a 2 count from referee Andrew Thomas.
Daniels now putting the pressure on Williams. This is a seesaw match, as the X Division matches usually are, because these guys are in such tremendous cardiovascular condition.
I want to remind you, at the holiday season, one place to check out for all the great Christmas gift stocking stuffers as well. That's our website, TNAWrestling.com. Great T-shirts, DVDs, so much more. Petey Williams back on the offensive. Going to spring off the ropes. Daniels catches him right in mid-move and just slammed him right down to the mat.
Daniel, that'll stuff your stocking. Wait a minute, split leg moonsault. He's going for it. Oh no! Williams raised those knees, and that's the way to counter that one, Mike.
Absolutely. Just going to mention, perfect counter by Petey Williams. Able to block that moonsault, then comes in and catches him again with both knees right into the chest.
Wait, hey, hold on, Sabin.
Speaking of Chris Sabin, he just picked up Daniels' X Division title belt off the broadcast table, and Jerry Lynn just flew right by us, taking it right out of his hands.
And now Sabin's bailing. He's headed for higher ground. But Jerry Lynn's standing there with that X Division and Daniels never saw Sabin.
That's the key.
He only saw Jerry Lynn. It's a Gary. He cooked him.
You're right. Daniels never saw the part of the equation where Chris Sabin brought the building.
Roll up here. He got it.
Do you believe that?
He gets a non-title victory. I'm not sure the referee was confused, as we all were, at the situation there. Daniels never saw Sabin in the ring. He only saw Jerry Lynn holding his own X Division championship belt. Sabin had already headed for greener pastures.
Oh, confusion here, really reigning supreme as we see. Well, referee's going to try and fill up the ring here to try and keep these two apart.
Well, I think they're trying to tell each of them what happened, and I don't know if they're having any success or not.
Oh, Jim, hold that thought. We've got some commotion in the back. Kurt Angle's on the loose. Check out this past Sunday at Turning Point when the Voodoo Kin Mafia shocked the wrestling world.
We're the Voodoo Kin Mafia. Last Sunday, we did a little parody, a little sketch comedy. Vince McMahon, we got word that you're not too happy about things that are going on here. So how come it was fair when we did it when we were employed by you, but now that it's headed your way, all of a sudden you don't like it? You know, maybe you forgot a little sketch comedy that you did, where you hired a professional actor to impersonate billionaire Ted. Said some negative things about his wife at the time, Hanoi Jane. Yeah, that's real classy. Your audacity never ceases to amaze me. I actually think you take credit for what we built. Well, after the fun was over, I took it in my own hands to get a little serious.
We will put up $1 million. $1 million. These two son of a right here versus your two boys.
The $1 million is up on the line. Michael Hickenbottom, Paul Levesque versus Brian and Kip James. Anywhere, anytime. All you got to lose is maybe a pint or two or your son-in-law's blood. If you're scared of that, then say you're scared.
Vince McMahon, let's see how big your balls are.
Tenay and Cornette back at ringside, and Jim, can you imagine the VKM issuing the $1 million challenge at Turning Point? They certainly had their fun with that dumb to the extreme parody, but then they got serious. $1 million worth of serious.
$1 million is a lot of money, but it seems like some folks in Connecticut have no sense of humor. As a matter of fact, you could put a period after the word sense and it would still work. But nevertheless, wait a minute. He's back. Kurt Angle's back in the impact zone. What the hell could he be doing now?
The man who has been on... Hey, SoCal Bell!
Oh, no!
What? Come on!
No, come on!
He just grabbed her right by the wrist.
That's ridiculous!
He's pulling her up the steel steps!
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Damn it, Jim! This guy's out of control! My God!
He's holding her down. He's got his foot on her hair.
Has it come to this? Do you want me to hurt this girl?
No.
Jim, come on.
Break her ankle.
Jim Cornette representing TNA management. You gotta step in here, Jim.
And breaking her ankle. I want my rematch. I want my damn rematch. And I ain't going anywhere until I get my damn rematch.
Stop it! What are you doing? Look at, that's a woman!
Shut your mouth, I want a rematch.
You're better than that! That's a woman! You're better than that! You've lost your mind! Please. I know what you want. You want a rematch with Samoa Joe.
You're damn right. And you better give me one.
I want you to have it. They want you to have it.
The whole world wants it.
You tell me why I don't have it. Tell me right now. Tell me now. Tell me to my face.
Please. You don't have it because I read Samoa Joe's contract. The way it's written, I can't force him into a one-on-one rematch. But, just listen to me. Just calm down. There's one thing I can do. One-on-one matches are covered in his contract, but not tag team matches.
Really?
Right here, next week on Impact, I can put the two of you in the ring on opposite sides with partners in a tag team match.
Now, you tell me, how is this going to convince Samoa Joe of going one-on-one against me? You tell me.
Because if you're the man that I think you are and you're the man that I know you to be, sometime during that tag team match, you can get Samoa Joe in the ring and you can convince him, Olympic style, to change his mind. I'm giving you the opportunity. You take advantage of it. That's all I'm saying.
You promise that I got Samoa Joe in this ring in a tag match next week.
You got him, I give you my word, and apparently I'm staking my life on it.
You better, or your ass is mine.
Whoa! Can you imagine? Next Thursday on Impact, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle on the opposite sides in a tag match. Here's the history between AMW and LAX.
Tonight, you're gonna hear the Mexican national anthem. You're gonna stand up and you're gonna pay attention and salute to a flag that stands for honor, dignity, and respect.
The Wildcat goes up top and he's got the American flag. Oh, score, crack, wait a minute. He smacked him with the bottle. Looked like Wildcat got in his eye. There's nobody to stop Hernandez right here.
And now Hernandez is gonna hang a Mexican flag.
Oh, he's done it.
They did it.
He won. He quit. He quit like he always does. He's not hurt. That's an excuse. He let me down. He let America down. That's a disgrace to have that Mexican national anthem playing in TNA in America. You know what? Christopher Harris, you have till Thursday on Impact to apologize to me and every single American out there that had to put up with that crap.
It's on the line as America's Most Wanted, about to put up their legacy as the greatest tag team in TNA wrestling history for one last shot at LAX in the World Tag Team Championship.
Sunday night was probably one of the worst, most embarrassing nights of our lives. We let a lot of people down. It was such a horrible feeling to see that Mexican flag raised and hearing that national anthem. But what was worse than that is having my integrity questioned by my own partner. But we're past that now. We're past that because Storm and I finally had that heart-to-heart that we've been needing to have for a long time. So the bottom line is that we stand here as a unit. Me and my brother, we stand here as a team united. And tonight, there is nothing, one eye or not, there is nothing that is going to keep him and I from taking out LAX and getting our gold back.
That's what I like to hear. That's the Wildcat I know, and you know me. You know, I don't apologize, and I don't never say I'm sorry, but I did it to you, and I did it to you, and I'll do it to each and every American out there who had to sit there and watch that Mexican flag be raised. LAX, we are one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. The only way we're disbanding is over my dead body. Let's go get our titles, man.
All right, it's up next, the World Tag Team title match here on Impact.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Thursday Night Impact feature contest, Titles versus Team in a one-fall match. Introducing first the challengers, accompanied to the ring by Gail Kim, Cowboy James Storm, Rock and Chris Harris. They are America's Most Wanted.
Harris and Storm, they're back on the same page, but what an unpredictable situation at Turning Point. In the flag match, James Storm, using his trademark beer bottle, came off the top rope. He crashed it over the head of Homicide, but the glass shattered. It went into the eyes of his partner, Chris Harris, and it ended up costing AMW the match, and you see that Harris is wearing the eye patch.
Well, they had troubles too, but these guys are like twin sons of different mothers, and even though brothers fight, they won't let anybody else mess with them.
And your opponents are coming to the ring by Conan. They are the defending NWA World Tag Team Champions, Homicide and Hernandez, the Latin American Exchange.
American Exchange, Conan, Homicide, Hernandez, you've had it up to here with them.
These guys are revolutionaries, they're reactionaries, and I don't know whether they're trying to take up for their own people or simply for their own interests, but they are using immigration reform, they're using Latin American relations with this country for their own personal gain. In my opinion, Conan has interfered one too many times. It won't happen tonight. He will be placed at ringside inside a cage. That means LAX and AMW are going to be on their own. May the best team win.
Well, I know that in your managerial career that you were placed in that position, well, let's just say on more than one occasion.
And that's exactly why I did it here tonight with Conan, because I know there's no way Conan is going to get out of that cage. There's no escape. He's going to have to sit there and he's going to have to watch his team win or lose this match on their own merits.
It takes away, in my opinion, the power away from LAX.
Hey, and you know what? You've been pawing on me and grabbing on me and snatching on me. I wish I'd have brought some peanuts for you, Conan. That's just personal.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
And here we go. NWA World Tag Team titles on the line, LAX against AMW, but there's even more than that for America's Most Wanted.
That's right. If AMW does not win this match, they will be forced to disband their tag team. If they do win, they'll be the World Tag Team Champions for what, Mike, about the umpteenth time?
Oh, you're not kidding. I think it would be 7 times. Harris and Storm on the attack in the early going. Oh, Homicide's turning around. Look at this. He's gnawing on the head. Wait a minute. Here is Harris with that eye patch. Obviously, still has that damaged eye getting right in the face of Conan. Wait a minute. We've got to take a commercial break. More of AMW and LAX for the tag titles when we return.
Wow.
NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Latin American Exchange.
They not only retain the tag titles, AMW forced to disband. What just went down in the NWA World Tag Team title matchup involving LAX and AMW?
Oh, you can see right there the glass shattering everywhere as James Storm turns on his own partner and friend Chris Harris, smashing him, cutting him with that bottle and allowing LAX to get the victory. The AMW tag team is obviously a moot point at this time, but Petey Williams up in James Storm's face. Williams very upset at what went down in the back in the locker room area as well as out here in the arena.
Look at how aggressive Petey Williams is.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the Impact Zone, Taco and Christian Cage.
This past Sunday at Turning Point, Abyss retained the NWA World Heavyweight title in a triple threat match over Sting and Christian Cage. But in the process, Christian Cage remains unbeaten here in TNA. No, he's never been pinned, he's never submitted, and he's got that huge insurance policy by the name of Tomko.
Christian Cage is like the Teflon wrestler. No matter what you try to put on him, nothing sticks. And with that mean motor scooter and bad go-getter Tomko standing behind him, Christian Cage cuts a very dangerous presence in any TNA ring.
We also know that Christian Cage has been claiming that Tomko knows a secret about the past of the monster Abyss.
Abyss, I said you had until the end of Impact to accept my one-on-one challenge. And it looks like your time is just about up. It's like this. You just jumped on the short bus with a one-way ticket to embarrassment
Because right now, the world is about to find out about your dark past. Let me tell you.
Well, you knew that Christian Cage was going to hold this over the head of Abyss, and I think the monster is about to have an answer. And here comes Abyss and James Mitchell.
Abyss, he's sliding in there with Tomko. Tomko and Abyss. These two 6'7", 6'8", 300-pounders. And Abyss clearing that ring in a quick hurry.
Oh, from behind, Christian Cage.
Well, that was a mistake.
Caught him with that shot.
I don't think that's working either.
Abyss not moving an inch.
Good Lord.
Oh, man.
Cage going for a ride. And Abyss, we may never find out this secret, and I think that's exactly what Abyss wants, to keep it a secret.
Tomko sent out to the floor, but now he slid into the ring. Abyss doesn't know that Tomko is there. What a clothesline, my God.
Well, I tell you, Tomko, look at him. Look at the muscle. Look at the power. Look at the explosiveness of Tomko, who is Cage's bodyguard, friend, protector, and now every referee in TNA coming in trying to get this thing broken up. Mitchell down there with that. He won't help his man. He's just waving his fingers and pointing. He won't help Abyss. Good heaven. Oh, Cage, he's not done yet.
Getting back in the ring, and now Abyss going after Christian Cage. Oh, he's got him throttled.
Wow.
Oh, Tomko from outside just pulled him to safety.
Mitchell does nothing for Abyss except hold that championship belt and give him orders.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
He just hit referee Earl Hebner.
Now, that's not right.
Jim.
These referees, the referees have to have some authority. They got to be protected. No, wait a minute.
Senior official Rudy Charles.
Mitchell's got to call this son of a gun off.
Shock treatment for referee.
Mitchell needs to call this son of a gun off. Those men are defenseless. They're 150 pounds smaller than...
He gave the doomsday. He gave the doomsday. He's got his sights on...
That's ridiculous. Andrew Thomas, no.
Look out. Jimmy's got to be controlled.
This is too much. Mitchell.
Wind him up. Blackpool slam on referee Andrew Thomas. Jim Cornette headed to the ring. Oh, we've got to maintain some control here. Let's get some order in here. Oh, Cornette won't back down. Oh, no, that's TNA management. He's got Cornette goes. Wait a minute. Lights out in the impact zone. Lights out. It's in. It's Sting. Sting in the ring. Eye to eye with the monster Abyss. Mitchell trying to maintain the control that he has. Sting trying to wrest that control away from Mitchell. Oh, my God. Sting must have got through the Abyss. My God, he's got Mitchell choked. He's got Mitchell. The crowd here at the Impact Zone, loving every second of it. Check that out. Sting walking up the ramp. Sting leaving the Impact Zone with the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. Oh, I don't think there's any question. Sting is focused on the NWA World's title.